an independent judiciary. In one word, you can say, just to dispel the confusion remaining between the union and the state, or the disputes remaining between the union and the states. That is why we need to have an independent judiciary. So these are the features of federalism in India. All right, and that is in brief, and that is what you need at class 10 level. All right, and now from here we are straight away going into the parliament. All right. Now, Parliament of India has got three constituents in India. First is the President of India. Second is the Rajya Sabha. So if there is a question, write the constituents of the Indian Parliament. You should always write first the President, then Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Why? Because the President is the most integral part of the Indian Parliament, followed by Rajya Sabha. And why did I write Rajya Sabha first? That might create some sort of confusion in your mind. That why has sir written Rajya Sabha first? I have written Rajya Sabha first because Rajya Sabha is the upper house. All right, and Lok Sabha is the lower house of the Indian Parliament. So Indian Parliament actually has got two houses. One is the upper house, that is the Rajya Sabha. The other is the lower house, that is the Lok Sabha. All right. Now, there are, you must know the English version of these two houses also. Because you see, sometime if you see the questions at the back of your chapter, you'll find that many of the questions are given in a way, in the Hindi version rather, and many of the questions are given in the English version. Now, what is the English version of Rajya Sabha? These are the basic things. All right. You must be very careful while learning them. The Rajya Sabha is known as Council of States. All right. And Lok Sabha is known as House of People. All right, you must know these English versions. Rajya Sabha, Council of States, and Lok Sabha, the House of People. All right, you must know that Rajya Sabha, just now we read about, very briefly, about federalism. Now this Rajya Sabha actually is the representative body of the states and union territories of this country, particularly the states. You know, that is why it is called Rajya Sabha. Ye Rajyon ki Sabha hai. That is why it is called Rajya Sabha. It represents the various states and the federation of this country. All right, and the next is Lok Sabha, that is the House of People. Now, this house actually comprises by the people, by the elected people of this country from the various parts of the country, from the every nooks and corners of this country. All right? That is why it is called Lok Sabha. Lok means people. All right, that is why in English it is called the House of People. So these are the three constituents of the Indian Parliament. All right? Now from here, we are straight away getting into the composition of Lok Sabha. Now it is a fact that although the Rajya Sabha is the upper house, but in India, Indian Parliament, the Lok Sabha is the most powerful body. All right. So we will be starting with the composition of the Lok Sabha. All right. Now, what is the composition of the Lok Sabha? You see, as you know, India was made independent in the year 1947. And thereafter, you know, the constitution making of this country, in fact, had started even before the independence of this country. It started way back, it started in 1946 when the Cabinet Mission Plan came to India and helped the Indians to form a body called Constituent Assembly. And this Constituent Assembly took almost 3 years to complete the Indian Constitution. So although India was made independent in the year 1947, the constitution making took quite a long time. As I said, it took around 3 years' time. And thereafter, it was adopted and enacted in the year 1949, November 1949. And it was finally imposed, or rather it was finally put into force in the year 1950 on that very auspicious day, 26th January 1950. So, you see, the very next year, 1951, it happened to be the first census year in India. That means that year, the entire population of the Indian was counted. All right. And the first Lok Sabha election was conducted in the year 1952. So these years are very important. You must keep these years into your mind. All right. So 1952, the first election was held, and thereafter the Lok Sabha was composed. You see, initially it was decided that the total strength of Lok Sabha will be 500. All right. But as I tell you, it was in the year 1952, the first Lok Sabha was elected, and only 499 members were elected from the different parts of this country, from different constituencies of the country, Lok Sabha constituencies of the country. All right. And so from 1952 onwards, the government also started working. Anyway, but later on, the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha was decided to be 552. All right, that is the maximum strength. All right, was 552, out of which 530 plus 20 plus 2. This was the composition. That means 530 members were to be elected from different states of India, 20 from the Union territories, and 2 nominated from the Anglo-Indian community. So this is what the maximum strength was made. But let me tell you, the present strength is is 545, out of which (533 plus 13 plus 2).